Yow! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Eckstein and Winston. Just wanted to stop in for a Yow vlog and tell you guys about the fantastic FITES LAN in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and the amazing ETS LAN in Montreal, Canada. That's where I was last 11 days. I guess I got back on Monday. But it was an 11-day long trip, LAN to hanging out in Pennsylvania, to Montreal, to LAN. So it was a whirlwind, and definitely we got some footage produced, but sometimes running a camera in a LAN is tough because it's just all dark and you can't see anything. But we did get some pictures out, and we did get a few videos. A lot of streaming, though, a lot of streaming. We did a ton of streaming at FITES LAN. I couldn't have done it without their admin, Xander. Andrew is his real name, but I kind of messed up his gamer tag a couple times. Huge shout outs to him for loaning us a rig. I didn't have the gear there and didn't really get fully set up on Andrew's rig until like Saturday afternoon. But we were streaming on Ethel's rig. Ethel is badass. It was great meeting him in person. Duder's laptop, we streamed on that a little bit, but wasn't getting the best TF2 performance, and he was having troubles with the monitor, but he was having a good time, and it was really fun meeting Duder as well. And then our fourth man was Cappy Cool, Captain Cool, the Texas magician who put together the Manco Field Day events. Now at FITES, we streamed our Ulti Duo. Our Ulti Duo was awesome. We had a good tournament there, and we ended up Control F Muffin and Steve C were the winners. And Steve C just great positioning on Medic, and Control F Muffin was playing super sharp. The other team was Carl, who had some. I think he had a few flashier moments. Then Control F Muffin, and Pots and Pans, who was going for crossbow heals, which, I mean, I kind of like the Blue Saga, but the crossbow and the crossbow heals is pretty badass, so I think it is fairly necessary in Ulti Duo. He was going for a lot, though, and he was so close on so many, just like barely missing the guy, and then both of them die, or he misses the soldier, and then 5 seconds later he's dead. So it's like if he had hit those shots, it could have swung the entire thing in their favor. So that was a really good tournament. We didn't get to MGE because there was an update that broke source mod, and it was a hassle. We already were putting like unnecessary strain on our server man, who was the Shockter, who's a good buddy of ours, and is a great dude. He really held it down, and I'm sorry that we made his life rough. Yeah, so I mean, then we switched into sixes on Saturday. The sixes tournament was great. We had 9 teams in a double elimination tournament format. Some of the teams just split after the first game. I think one team did, but at least we got 2 games in for most of the team. The Shockter, his team with Curse, did pretty good. They got to 3rd place, needed to work on their rollouts a little bit, and the top 2 teams were really closely matched, so it was great games out of them, and a solid tournament. After the tournament concluded, we tried to get some Highlander going on, but players were playing in the Left 4 Dead tournament, which actually turned out to be really awesome as well. We tried to stream it, but we had some serious issues with the mod and stuff, and it just wasn't working, which is really sad. I mean, there's no built-in way to spec Left 4 Dead 2. The STV server, I don't think was working either. So either way, there was a bunch of server issues, but the game itself, the tournament itself, was really nice, and they had some other cool stuff. So it was a really fun event. The trophies are awesome. I actually got mine in my other room, but I should have been prepared to show you guys. And then I crashed in Pennsylvania for a couple days after that. Shout out to Curse. And then I took the train up to Montreal, which was a beautiful train ride, snowy, gorgeous, and just kind of relaxing. Montreal was a ton of fun. Shout out to Destro and his family for putting me up once again. They're really nice people, and did a little cooking with Eckstein. Nailed it down, some shrimp tacos. Unfortunately, nobody was filming that, but next time we'll do that. Because there's certainly going to be a next time. Yeah, because the ETS LAN is a ton of fun. It was always a great time. And Thursday met up with Sync and Sizer. It was great meeting Sizer again. I've met him twice before, but the first two times, or the first time was more of shaking hands, and the second time was I-46, which was cool. So it was fun to spend some time with Sizer, and Sync is an awesome dude. I love Sync. Best of luck to him in all of his endeavors. We got to the tournament on Friday a little bit later, because we ran around Montreal a little bit. I'm not sure if I posted those photos to the X Television Facebook, but I certainly will, so go check those out. Then we got to the LAN a little bit later, but first night of LAN, not much was really happening. Servers weren't really set up, but players were just kind of messing around. There were some scrims. There was players playing in some invite pugs. And then a lot of people wanted to go out, so we all kind of headed out fairly early to Montreal and checked out the sites and the bars. Saturday, the action got started a little bit later. It was kind of unfortunate, some of the administration of it. Basically, they decided 9 a.m. start time, which with most of the TF2ers being there for kind of social purposes, and not really a part of a big cash money prize, which I guess is another drama that I should get to. Basically, 2 days before the event, somebody posted on the forums and was like, "Hey, is there going to be a cash prize?" They turned it down. They said there's going to be no cash prize, which is disappointing. There was announced cash prizes for Street Fighter and for NHL, and I'm a little unsure what happened with those. If there was actually, a Street Fighter tournament, or if those prizes weren't given out, because it appeared that those tournaments had less players registered than Team Fortress 2, but were giving out prize pools of $450 for NHL 13 and $450 for Super Street Fighter 4. The player numbers ended up being, actually, let me just look at it precisely. So it did end up being 38 players for Super Street Fighter 4 and 25 players for NHL 13. But it was disappointing because we had 35 players for Team Fortress 2, and even a $300 prize pot for first place would have been $50 for each of the teams, and I think even that would have been something. Excuse me, my hair is super greasy right now. So no prize money. The prizes ended up being 2 Mad Catz MMO mice and headset, but I don't quite know what brand headset that was, unfortunately. But shout out to Mad Catz for providing those to the LAN, and hopefully those players that got those, which I'll tell you once I go through the results a little bit. I wanted to talk about the teams that were there at ETS LAN. There's 5 great teams, and it's the 5th team was a team called Miel, and they're a French-Canadian team, and were really great guys. They had some really strong plays, particularly from Captain Morgan, but they also had some issues just with teamwork and mastering some of the finest points of TF2. Their rollouts were pretty good, but the way that they moved as a team, and the way they exerted pressure and utilized their advantages when they got them wasn't enough. It was so close to being competitive with the other teams, with 4th place and 3rd place, but they just weren't quite at that level, and that just shows the skill difference in TF2. So I'm not sure if they got around all tournament. but they were great dudes and had a good time, so that was fantastic to have them there. Sneer was a team that ended up coming in 4th place, and they were a team that at one point with their ringers that cycled through there, at one point they had 5 medics on their team, as in 5 people who named medic playing on their roster. They ended up switching things around so that Fog played roaming soldier, Deer played demo man. Then they had Snaz, Sean Beasley, who had some good frags, and X3, and I think that was 6 that I said. Sorry if I miss anybody. And those guys were good dudes, and they were competitive. But with Cooking with Coolio, who ended up in 3rd place. Cooking with Coolio though was like really sharp on process. So Sneer had a good scrim in the beginning against Cooking with Coolio, but definitely switching a lot of players. They couldn't really settle into some chemistry. They finally were at the end of the tournament, but then they were like playing process against Cooking with Coolio again, who were just destroying on process. And Cooking with Coolio, I mean, not only were they obviously competitive with the 4th place team who they're beating up on, but they were very competitive with these what ended up being the champion. So they had a strong team. Their games against NRK, which I guess I'm spoiling a little bit, but their games against NRK Gaming were pretty tight as well. Were some pretty good games. NRK Gaming was stomping through the group phase. It was Boulder, Harblue. Oh man, this video is too long. I shouldn't even bother trying right now. But a fantastic team. Those guys were crushing in the beginning stages. They really picked up some momentum as well when they were playing Sizer Heart Destro, which is the team that ended up winning the tournament. In the group stage, however, NRK played very strong against Sizer Heart's Destro. That team, Sizer's team with Destro, Sank, also had a little bit of roster cycling. I was thinking of stepping in for them at any point if they needed it. But also Destro had to step out for a little bit, so your boy Rick stepped in, but also Try wasn't available, I think, maybe for the first match, so somebody else was there. But the roster shuffled a little bit, but once they got to the final game up against NRK, their roster was playing a lot better. There was 2 extremely tight maps, though, in the best of 3 against NRK, with Sizer Heart Destro just eking out both finishing rounds. So we streamed all that. It's all on our Twitch TV right now. I would love some help with highlighting it out. I'm extremely tired still from all of this, and I think I need to go chill out and play some Final Fantasy Tactics and relax. My voice is also really sore, but I'm super stoked about just being able to focus again a little bit more on TF2. Because this trip was definitely looming in my head, and definitely a lot of stuff going on still in the restaurant world. Stepping back to Crazy Kitchen in a crazy shape. But now with these projects, to rest, should be able to get behind doing some more projects and being more active, getting some video content out to you guys. I'm working on a frag video that, now it's getting older and older and staler and staler. But it's some demo footage of me playing I think some of it is Highlander, but playing Demo Man on Pro Viaduct, and I just had a good 3 maps in a row playing Demo Man on Pro Viaduct, and I was like, I should just make a quick little frag video from that. So that's 2 minutes, and I'm going to work on it, but also I'll probably just do all my 3rd-person shots and put it together and publish it, and then just keep working on fresh content, fresh frags, and spit some videos out for you guys. Mados and Lucky Luke are doing an amazing job with that. Shout out to Lucky Luke. He's kind of got a spin-off series going on his own channel, just for the odd category of moments of glory that we get every once in a while of something that's just so lucky that you don't know whether it's a glimpse of mediocrity from the one team being stupid or making a mistake, or if it's a moment of glory because it was talent. So that's what the moments of luck are. And Luke just threw one together from Freddie Wong, which is the clip that inspired that series. So that's just going to be a series that's over on Luke's channel, and we'll do them whenever we get a really good clip for it. So shout out to those guys for continuing to produce videos. If you're interested in helping us with MOGs or GOMs, talk to those two dudes. You can submit your information via our website, but I'll just forward you to them. And thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys, everyone who watched the LANs live, had a really fun time. And thanks for watching. Leave your comments, and much love. I'm X-Time. See you next time. Peace out.